Thank you for being here, Mr. Norquist. I wanted to talk about things that we can do better. I think everybody at the table that has a passion for the nation wants to see a strong DoD that is doing executing the mission the way we want it to be executed. I'm not picking on the Navy in any way, shape, or form. Just happens to be the GAO report that was on the top of my desk most recently, looking at shipbuilding challenges and contractor overruns. What am I seeing in the defense budget this cycle that goes directly in line with we're going to do the audit because we need to know where the challenges are. We've identified so many challenges in our contract and procurement system. Talk to me about some of the changes that we're going to see in this next round of budget request.
Sure. So one of the things we're looking at in the budget, we're looking at, and I'll use IT as an example. When you buy licenses through IT, you tend to pay a certain amount if you're buying one, and then slightly less if you're buying in 10 and so forth. One of the things we're trying to do is make sure we have a visibility over all the licenses across it so we can consolidate them. And we're going through, and then when you purchase those centrally, you get a lower price. You also get IT security improvements because you know where they are and how they're deployed. And so as we work this in parallel with cybersecurity, we're being able to drive down the cost of what we order. The same sort of category management approach applies to other areas. People buy pharmaceuticals. We have a range of contracts that do that. Well, that means there are certain drugs that we get at different prices based on different contracts. The ability to go across those, order it off the least expensive one, save the taxpayers money. So there's a series of reforms in those areas, and I believe that the acquisition folks, I can get you some things for record of what they're doing in A&S with regard to shipbuilding and others.
Yeah, because I would call much of that the low-hanging fruit. Sadly, HR is getting higher and higher as a percentage of the budget, and so yes, dealing with prescription drugs is a bigger and bigger issue. But when you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar piece of equipment, those overruns, even at the lower end of the percentage scale, become quite the challenge. On the Transportation Committee, we've had those conversations about the new way FAA is certifying planes, all the ways that technology has led to a faster and more efficient safety certification. Are we seeing that same thing in DoD? What differences will I see in the way that we procure and certify equipment today from, say, 15 years ago?
So I think one of the things that OT&E has looked at is how to when they do testing, how to combine certain tests within a certain operation, or how to combine some things in DOT&E so they know they work by that time to get to OT&E, to not be as segmented in their approach. I've talked to the individual who runs that organization. He's very excited about the reforms and the benefits they're able to get. Certainly depends on the program. Certain ones, the answer is you're going to take them methodically because that's what's required to ensure you get the right product. But where we can see savings and efficiencies, we're eager to try and grab them.
One of the first pieces of advice I got when I came to Capitol Hill was, Rob, if you need anything on the defense, don't call the Pentagon. Call the guy who left the Pentagon yesterday, because that way you can get the answer that may not be the party line, but is where the bodies are buried. I appreciate the work that you do there. Being the first CFO at Homeland could not have been an easy challenge, and doing not only your responsibilities but your acting responsibilities. We all would be the poorer for it had you not said yes to that challenge, so thank you for that.